It's my absolute pleasure to do the first training slot this morning on a subject that's really, really close to my heart, which is case credits and understanding them. Is there anybody else in the room who has a story like mine where they struggled to be 4cc active at the beginning of their business? Is there anybody else? Yeah, I suppose that's, if I'm being honest, that's where I was at. You know, when I registered with Forever because, like Lisa, I was in a retail job, I wanted a very different future, and everything about Forever excited me. But getting my head around case credits, not being fearful about case credits, and actually being able to achieve 4 took a bit of effort. Now, my story goes, I registered in the autumn. I did get to supervisor within a couple of months because I had the benefit of Christmas and Christmas shopping, my own personal Christmas shopping and friends shopping, really all coming together to help me build the volume of case credits. But it was no surprise by the December of 2013, because I didn't have a business with structure in it at that time and I didn't understand case credits, I was struggling to be consistently 4 case credit active. So my 3rd month in the business, I actually only achieved 1 personal CC. And I guess that was the time where I had a decision to make. I was in a place where my job, I'm not saying I had a bad job, it was a great job that I loved, and my life would have been okay if I'd made a decision to stick with retail. But I wanted what Forever had to offer. So the first step for me was understanding how to build a business with activity in it that became comfortable, that allowed me to make some money, and then accepting that case credits would follow. And it was the first success day and the first big training that I went to that allowed me to catch a vision of how this was possible. So if you're somebody who's sat in the audience today, who's maybe not at that place of being comfortably 4 case credit active mid-month or as the month progresses, or somebody who's never achieved that, I guess I just want to say to you personally today, I understand it and I've been there. And it's very, very easy to correct it. So the first thing, I guess, to do to correct being in a place of not being comfortable with being 4cc active, or being able to duplicate and help a big team or a small team of people catch their vision to achieve this, is actually looking at how does it work. I think, if I'm being honest, the biggest challenge for me was I was quite fearful of case credits. I found it quite technical. I didn't find it that exciting. I wasn't really emotionally attached to a case credit. But what changed for me was, I guess, the relationship with case credits. When I started to accept the consequence of just every single day achieving your best, whatever your best is, in line with your goals and your aspirations, this is going to bring with it, in exchange, more case credits. And it is just simply a point system. In the same way that if we shop in many big brand retailers these days, where there's loyalty programs, we're paying in cash or we're paying with our debit cards or credit cards, but we're accumulating these points. And that's the same for our business. So when we really start to think about our activity in sales, in profit, and we just accept that the case credit is what comes with it, very quickly, I was amazed at how quickly things changed. So let's just take a little look within the First Steps to Manager book. This was my starting place when I wanted to make that change, was really understanding what does a case credit actually mean. So a case credit is just quantifying the volume of activity in your business. As business owners, it's costing us £170 at wholesale price before our extra personal discount. And the sales value of a case credit worth of products is £244. So let's just quantify that really simply. If we're building a business that's doing the minimum of what Rex talks about as being the minimum standard to give yourself a chance of a great future in forever and to open up the possibility for you to have access to everything our business has to offer. It's about us looking at how can we find ways of achieving £975 worth of product movement through your personal activity each month. That's it. Now that can be achieved 3 different ways. I'm conscious there's many people in the room today who are way more experienced in their years in forever than I am, or they've been achieving this for decades. But what's great is, no matter whether you're new to the business or you've been in the business a while, every single month, we've all got 3 different ways that we can generate the equivalent of that £975 of product moving through the business that we're directly responsible for. Part of that could be your own personal use. It could be the decision to buy from your own personal shop each month and choosing to spend your money in your business and not to give it to somebody else. Your second option could be to create customers. We know that our business model is all about a success system with 20 to 30 regular customers per business owner. So maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you're not at 20 to 30. Maybe you've never been there. But progress towards that, whatever you want your progress to be, is going to help you achieve on a monthly basis more volume towards your 4. And then sponsoring is your other option. So let's just think about it, because I was with somebody the other day who was considering joining the business, and her biggest fear is, I'm confident I could build a team, but what makes me very nervous and what I'm fearful of is creating lots of customers. Well, let's just think about what actually happens when we sponsor somebody into the business. That's a retail transaction. We're transacting with a business box for £199.75. So in my eyes, that's a better retail transaction than a lip balm. Now, I'm not knocking a lip balm, because it all adds up. But what that box is giving you is a higher value transaction from that customer who's also making the decision to become an FBO. And once they register, then they've got a choice if they're going to start growing their network, and it's up to them what they do. But what you do when you sponsor is you don't just bring a new customer, you bring a new business owner who has the potential to be way more than that first sale. So there's 3 different ways, and sometimes I think, we get so fearful around, oh my gosh, I've got to do this 4 case credits in retail, and it's terrible that I haven't got 20 to 30 regular customers, or oh my gosh, I'm a big sponsorer and my retailing needs a lot of work. Rather than just looking at our goal each month is to say, okay, minimum to have a great future with Forever is £975 at recommended retail price, and how you choose to do that is up to you. If you embrace a lot of what you're going to hear today in terms of how to build a business, and we've got some great speakers, what you're going to hear is a variety of different ways that you can create your volume, and you're in control. You decide what methods you want to build with, whether that be retail, whether that be business building. So I think when we get comfortable with trusting the business that Rex has set up, and we decide what our activity is and what we want to be. Do we want to specialize in team building? Do we want to specialize in retailing? When we decide what activities we enjoy most and what we want to be, actually the consequence is the case credits follow very, very quickly. Now, just thinking about the profit opportunity if you are choosing to build up regular customers. Because even the biggest recruiters in this room will know that you end up as a very big retailer when you become a big recruiter. Because unfortunately, lots of people do say no to us. Maybe because they think the business isn't for them or the timing isn't right. But because we got in front of that person to share the business and to share what we have to offer, very often there is a possibility of sharing products. So if I were to take my personal activity this month, I wouldn't say I'm a strong retailer in forever. There are way more people in this room today who've probably got better retailing customer-based businesses. But because this month I've spoken to a lot of people about the business, I'm in a place where I've done 7 case credits in retail, and there's more to go in from regular customers. Now, I didn't intend that to be the case. I didn't start this month thinking I'll be a big retailer this month. So the reason why I guess I share that is sometimes it's trusting that when you are focusing on sharing the business opportunity, the possibility to create customers will be there for you as well. So in terms of the retailing potential, so let's just think about it for a moment. If our goal is as a minimum to move personally £975 worth of product through our business each month, through personal use, sharing the business, or sharing the products with customers, we have a huge opportunity to make money. Now, the highest profit return in terms of your personal case credits can come from your retailing. So every time you share the business with people, you can make a sponsoring bonus and you're building a business for the future. But if you're wanting to be paid now, today, the quickest way to turn the tap on is to share products. Unlike a job, you don't get paid once a month. You can be paid every single day. You can be paid 31 days out of a 31-week month. 31-day month, if that's what you want. So the power of sharing our products is you can be paid very handsomely. For those people who are committed to building those 20 to 30 regular customers quickly, if you're not there yet, or those who have got 20 to 30 regular customers, you're going to find yourself in a place as an assistant supervisor, if you're 4cc active, making yourself £340 of profit, to the extreme of, if you're a manager, making £475 of profit. So there's a lot to be said for also sharing our products. And if you're looking for immediate money quickly, remembering that you can be paid every single day if you're needing money and you've got a pain point around that. So just, I guess, in summary, how? It's building your plan. It's making a decision about how you want your month to shape up. The perfect blend of activity is making sure you are buying from your own shop. Making sure that you are using products. The more products you use, the more confident you'll feel, the more meaningful conversations you can have. You can build a business with true integrity. People will want to follow you. Retail, that goal of 20 regular customers won't just mean that you're paid well, quickly each month. What it also means is you're putting in a key seedbed for the future. Some customers will remain customers, but 7 of my frontline managers today were customers first. So it's also having a vision for where a customer potentially could go to in the future. Just out of interest, how many people in the room today used the products before they joined the business? Yeah? So a good 60% of the room. So customers will always give you an opportunity to build for the future as well. And as I mentioned earlier, recruitment, sponsoring into the business. Not being too fearful, actually, if your business is more recruitment-based at the moment and there's not enough customers there. Enjoy the fact that you are creating, potentially, customers for life, because they're getting a wholesale discount as an FBO and they've got the possibility to duplicate. But what does really good look like? Well, really good, I guess, is what Rex set up and what he always communicates very openly. It is about using the products yourself. It is about creating consumers of the product. It is about recruiting. And it's also having one eye on the personal goals that are important to you and how the incentives plan that Forever has got can help you change your life. These little steps, sometimes they look so small and so almost insignificant compared to the big breadth of what Forever can offer. It's these steps, day in, day out, that are going to lead you to a business of possibility. And that possibility and where you take it will depend on your commitment to the plan, and I guess the excitement and the vision you've got for your future. Daring to believe that you can take your business to the next level while following these steps is often the ingredient that people grab a hold of to take them to the next level. Now, within the First Steps to Manager book, the other box that is featured and mentioned in line with being 4cc active and understanding case credits is the Advance Your Business box. Last year, we did a lot of training around this new box that was introduced, a 3 case credit box that allows people to advance very quickly in the business. So I guess what I want to just leave you to consider today, linked to the Advance Your Business box, is what would be the impact of you using and duplicating this in your business? So if you had an FBO who joined you today, and they have a vision of getting to supervisor quickly, they're committed to using more products themselves, they're committed to getting experience packs out, and to getting products in the hands of people who are either wanting to use products or to look at the business. What could be the impact of you coaching and sharing the Advance Your Business pack? It's huge. It has the ability to move people to be 4cc active quickly. If that's a second order for somebody who registers with a Start Your Journey pack, they get to 4cc, but they're set up with the tools to do the job, to duplicate. And what duplicates in the business, I guess, is what the sponsor does. So if you've got somebody new, so I've got somebody in my business who was a very quick supervisor who advanced with the Advance Your Business pack. Why did she advance so quickly? Because it duplicated. Because the person who Susan introduced wanted to show, to see what Susan was doing. And because Catriona at Susan's launch saw that she had all of the tools to do the job, she'd done the C9, she could talk about her experience naturally. That became the best practice in the business. So I'm not saying that's right for everybody, but I just wanted to reference that today as an additional opportunity within building a 4 case credit business. We call it Advance Your Business for a reason. It advances people very quickly, and it gives people the tools to do the job. So mastering a 4 case credit habit, just going back to my own personal story. Back in December of 2013, I was really lacking a lot of confidence in myself, but I was so new to Forever at that time that I didn't necessarily have a lot of belief in the company because I'd never been to a big event. I joined really through social media, and I didn't know truly what was on offer. But what changed when I started to accept I don't need to be obsessed with being 4cc active, what I need to be obsessed with is doing my best every single day across the month to create the best business possible, and trusting that if that was good enough, I'd do 4cc and beyond, and then get paid. When I trusted that, what happened next was 3 months later, I was a manager. In the April, so that was the end of March, Lisa Williams became the first frontline manager in the April. Beth Turner became the second frontline manager in the May. Car plan level 1 was never on the radar, never. because I didn't believe that was possible. I couldn't master 4, never mind 150 in a month. Car plan happened as a consequence of the momentum, and I couldn't have stopped that if I'd tried. The next frontline manager came out in the August, and at the end of that year, the business has achieved over 2,000 case credits. Now, the reason why I tell you that story is, if you had said to me in the January, this is where the business will end, notice how I don't say me, the business. Because sometimes I think we make it so personal about us, and when we just accept it's just a business, and it's a team effort, very often we relax a lot quicker. If you'd said that to me in the January, that's what would happen, there is not a chance I would have believed you, because I had a permanent headache about how it would be 4cc active. And why could I not do what those other people were doing? Everybody seemed to blink and be 4cc active, yet here's me, and I can't even do one. But trusting the business and getting a plan in place. So if there's one bit of advice I could leave you with today, if you're somebody who's on 4 each month, but you think, oh, I should be able to do 8. I see people who do 12 personal case credits. There's people in the front row there who do like 20 a month. And you think, how do they do that? How they do that is they do not look at the case credit number every single day and think about it every moment of the day. What they do is they start each month looking at their time, looking at the diary, and saying, okay, what time have I got available? And then what they choose to do is they choose to look at what activity am I going to do each month that's in line with what I'm comfortable with, but also what my business needs me to do. Because sometimes what we want to do and sometimes what the business needs us to do, I guess, are two very different things. So looking at the diary, getting a grip on the time, getting the 7-day plan out. So we've got a volume map for the month, getting the 7-day plan out to chunk it down into a weekly plan, and then looking at that plan on a Sunday night before Monday morning hits, so you don't wake up thinking, oh, I've lost time. So on Monday morning, we know for the next 7 days, how are we going to use that time? If you are somebody who is feeling like I felt, or is sitting where I've been sitting, I urge you to just let go of the numbers, look at your time, look at the activity plan, and just have fun. In the month of April, accept that you don't actually know what your personal best is. How would you know if you've not worked the business in a relaxed way, just letting go of the intensity around 4cc? So use the time you've got, give it your best, and then take a rain check at the end of April to see where you end up. And I bet, I'm not really a betting person, but I would guess, and actually I don't need to guess, that's not a positive word. Chris Goldsborough's going to look at me like, guess? What is that? You know, Gemma. Yeah, I do. I know that you will be more than 4cc active. And that's what will give you the confidence to go on, to duplicate, and to achieve whatever is most important to you, whether that be a promotion for a team member, or an incentive this year. Thank you very much.